Right guys, welcome to episode 5 of the Crystal Palace career mode series. I'm going to do something that's a little bit different. So normally I'd go into this game, play it, talk over the match, and then obviously put it into a video, show you the some of the highlights for it. You know, obviously more highlights than the game suggests, but you know, just sort of make the episode longer. But I think I'm going to change it up. I was thinking of doing 4 games and then stopping at West Ham, but as you can see, December is always packed. And I quite fancy getting to the January transfer window, so I think what I might do instead is I'm going to do a post commentary for these games. So I'm going to play them all now, and then play them all, not say anything over them as I'm playing them live. But then, as sort of the game comes back, you guys won't know the difference. But obviously, I'll then talk over it once I've cut all the clips down. So it makes it quicker. The highlights won't be as long for each game. So in theory, the episode might be a little bit shorter. Probably might be a little bit longer, but I'm aiming about 15 minutes again for the longest. But I'm going to cut all these games down to the bare highlights that the game actually suggests, and then show you and then talk over the top of it. So I think without further ado, I'm probably just going to crack on with it. So at the end of the episode, we will be probably getting into January, and then we'll start making some transfers in the next episode, which will be exciting. So guys, thanks for listening for me and for this intro. I'm now going to hand you over to the future Jacob, who will then be doing a post commentary over the top of the games. So hope you enjoy the highlights for these games. Starting the episode off with a cracking game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. It had promise for a very good game, this one did. We had a week's break before this game, so we could have a full strength 11. As you can see, this is United's lineup. They had Chong at right wing. That was the main addition that I thought was a bit strange. That was my team, nice and quick. United had the first chance of the game with Rashford, but it just couldn't get on target. Then there's us, we win the ball back, move it forwards. There wasn't a lot of chances in this game, to be honest. It was very tight in midfield, but look at us coming over. Who else is going to score other than Wilfried Zaha? The man in form for us, scoring so many goals. Here he is again, going forward, causing United troubles. What is Smalling doing? Starts the second half and he's given away a penalty. A chance for us to double the lead. Milivojevic is going to be the one to take it. He's he's the penalty taker for Crystal Palace. He's going to do it? No. Cracking save from De Gea. Couldn't believe it. I even did my trick of holding it and it just didn't work, and then Rashford nearly pulls something out of the bag, hits the post, and that's the end of that game. There was only 5 shots in total. 3 for us, all on target, 2 for United, none on target. That's how bad United were. On to the next game, and it's a home match against Burnley. Surely we could build on this and get another win. First chance now, and Burnley have scored. It just mad. We made 3 changes in defence. We had Ward, Dan and Schlupp come on, so obviously that goal being conceded showed how we were obviously defensively weaker, because obviously my normal defence isn't there. Good chance there. Lindegaard should have probably come out, didn't, but you know, made the good save. We keep going now, have a chance with Meyer, puts it through for Townsend, has a shot across goal. Just wasn't gonna, the angle was too tight basically. He again gets in front of his man, a chance to hit it on his left foot, and again it goes over. It just wasn't working out for us. Then Milivojevic came forward and again it just wasn't happening. And then second half, Burnley get this goal, and it was annoying because they had hardly any chances, so I felt like they were going to win. And then through for Wilfried Zaha. What's he going to do? Going to put it in the back of the net? Of course he is. Lindegaard should have probably done better with that, but I don't care. It was a goal, chance for us to come back, but to no avail because we eventually lost that one 2-1. Not a good result, but look at this. That goal actually made Zaha, that was Zaha's 8th goal of the season, which made him 2nd top goal scorer, and he won Man of the Month. He was Player of the Month as well. Our next game, as you can see, is against Bournemouth. They've got the worst home record, haven't won at home at all, so surely that's promising. But if there's one stat that was worrying, we were 4th worst. That's shocking. I think we've only won 1 game at home. We really need to improve. I don't understand what's happening. Normally, you know, Selhurst Park in real life stuff, a fortress, so I don't understand what's going on. But Brighton have the first chance of the game. Great save by Guaita, who I decided to bring in today, and then Stevens hits the crossbar. So Brighton were, you know, worrying us. Then Zaha with a bit of trickery there, but the left-footed shot just wasn't going to be on target, unfortunately. Eventually, Brighton work it again forward. It's a great bit of play. Knockaert has a shot and he just blasts it over. Well, wide of the goal. Through for Sorloth, has one shot, gets blocked. A second chance now, and a good save by Ryan. And again, another draw, another 0-0 draw for this series. It's just not good enough. We now play West Ham, who are 3rd in the league. They've only lost 2 games as well. This is going to be a hell of a tricky game. Again, I've changed my team up a little bit. Sorloth is now starting for us. To be fair, Our performance in this game was terrible, as you can see. I mean, he's controlling the ball in the box there. I mean, to be fair, he had no time to react, and Arnautovic was quick enough to then pinch it off and have a shot. And then West Ham pull this manoeuvre out of the bag. I mean, lovely quick play. I mean, this flick from Wilshere was brilliant. And then look at this shot. Bends it into that far corner. I stood no chance, and I was like, how on earth am I going to get back into this game? And then a lovely driving run by James McArthur. Had Ogbonna all over the place, but then his final shot gets blocked. And I was just thinking, how are we going to get back into this? We need to get back into it soon. Zaha, go on then. And he's put it wide. How has he missed? Surely he should be hitting the target there. And then West Ham finished the game off with a chance here with Snodgrass. Blast it over. 2-0 to West Ham. It was a terrible performance, like I said. Nothing was working for us going forward, unfortunately. So, on to our next game now. And as you can see, it's another home match, and it's against Leicester. Do you think a better game? No, they're first at the moment in the league. First. Absolutely mad. Look at this, Albrighton. He's 5th in the goal scoring charts as well. So, you know, they've got some goals in them. So I was a little bit worried going into this. But we've only got 1 win at home. We had to do better. And of course we then had to have people who are in first come to visit us. Great chance with Zaha, who I decided to put through the middle for this game. He goes and hits the post. Good ball in behind for Jamari Gray. What is this defending with Saka? He didn't even sell me. I just kept running. It was poor from me. And Jamari Gray probably should have hit the target there. Then a great chance of slip over to Ayew, and he just doesn't do good enough. Van Aanholt was back in for this game. Luckily he's back from injury, which is good. And then a chance over here to Albrighton, but it's a good save by Guaita. I keep changing it between Guaita and Hennessy now for these games. McArthur driving forward over to Milivojevic, over to Ayew, and it's just the wrong side of the post. It wasn't working for us, and neither could Leicester. And to be fair, that last shot summed up the game. It just lacks that bit of quality. And as you can see, another 0-0 draw. Wasn't good enough. We only had 1 shot on target in that game. We clearly needed a striker, something that I definitely need to amend in the January transfer window, because Michael made no saves. Man City, as you can see now, they're now first in the league. 3 points separates first and 5th, hence why it's changing. It's absolutely mad. This is our lineup for this game. I've changed up again. Benteke comes back into the side. Maya and Kouyaté are now in the midfield 3 with Milivojevic. In this first half, we actually dominated. Don't know what it was with City, but they couldn't get going. We were just working it and working. We had our first corner, our second corner now whips in. What a header from Kouyaté, absolute bullet. I timed it perfectly, as you can see. Even if Ederson was over there, I don't think he would have made a save. That was right in the corner, as you can see. And like I said, we were dominating. We kept making chance after chance. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that second goal to give us that cushion. I mean, that should have been better from Sacco. He was a free man at the far post. And then second half, Man City made 2 changes. Sterling came on, and so did Sane. And those wingers gave them the bit of pace that they needed. I mean, 1-0, Gabriel Jesus, and what a cross, may I say, from Sterling to De Bruyne. 2-1, and I was thinking, blimey, they've just got that bit of quality that's won them this game. I mean, I hadn't given up. I thought we could get going. A cracking save by Guaita there. 5 minutes left, one last opportunity for us. Goes it through to Ayew, come on, a good ball in. Over to Sorloth now, and it gets blocked. And I think that was the end of that game. It's a shame. We started so well, but we just couldn't do anything. City actually had 0 chances in the first half. That's how dominant we were, but couldn't do it. We had Cardiff City now, who are 19th, thinking, yes, definitely win this. They just beat Manchester United 2-1, and they're 3 points off us. We're 12th, they're 19th. 3 points separates us. So this was a must-win game. We couldn't lose this. The game was a bit of an odd one. There was no rhythm to it at all. Cardiff would punt it forward, we'd win it straight back in the air with one of my defenders, and then we'd put them straight back under pressure. It was a weird one, and as you could see, we just couldn't get any chances in the box. Well, towards the goal anyway, or on target. And then Cardiff had this fluky chance, hit the crossbar, and then Hennessy has to follow up with a save. And I was thinking, come on, let's not let Cardiff back into this game. We've been dominant for the whole game. Maya with a beautiful chance, and again, another curling effort wide of the post. It just wasn't working out for us. Maya again whips across in over to Townsend, and we finally had the breakthrough. Townsend shoots across goal on his weaker foot. Didn't make it look weak there. Cracking away from the side the keeper just come from. He stood no chance. In the second half, I made 2 changes. I told my left back and right back to act more like wing backs, to get forward more so he could be more attacking. And as a result, in the 78th minute, McArthur gets a beautiful goal. So much space in the box. And look at that, pinpoint in the corner. Couldn't have been better. That surely sealed us the victory. Townsend bursting through, thinking, can he get himself a brace? The second goal? No. slices it, and that was the end of that one. Into our last game now, against Chelsea at home, who are 4th in the league. Definitely thought we could do something from this. I've changed the team up yet again. Kiarte, Riedewalder in the middle now. Townsend, Ayew and Zaha. I've seemed to be finding more of a stronger side. Tompkins came back in for Dan, who started in the last game, and Ward came in for Wan-Bissaka. Oh, how is Ayew not scoring that? When you have a chance like that against Chelsea, you have to make them count. We played so well in the first 15 minutes. I mean, that pass originally was supposed to go to Zaha. We eventually work it out to him, but unfortunately he's offside, so it doesn't count. Absolutely gutting. When I saw him in acres of space, I was like, come on, quickly get the ball to him. And then you'll see in a second, right here, the pass goes to Ayew instead. And then I tried to pass it to him, but it was just too late. And unfortunately, it was an offside goal. Then Chelsea have this chance. A fluky one. We blocked the first one. It pops up nicely to Morata. Good skill, though, to get the goal. I made some changes at half-time that we could try and change up and get a goal. And then this happened. Loftus-Cheek, our Loweney last year, punishes us, makes it 2-0. And I just didn't think we were going to get anything from this game. Ward, with our best chance in the second half, flashes it wide. I mean, I know he's a right back, but you've still got to get it on target there. Great header here from Williams, but a great save by Kepa Arrizabalaga. I think that's how you say his name. And then the Chelsea youngster here, Taylor Crossdale, gets a header on. And yeah, that was the end of the game. And there we have it, guys. That is all the games in this episode. So let me just give you a quick recap of the results. I mean, we played so many games. I think we played 8 games. We started off with a loss at home against Burnley. Not the greatest starts. Then a 0-0 against Brighton. Then a loss against West Ham. Then a draw. Then a loss. Then a win. The first win of the episode. And then another loss. So I think that was 1 win out of 8 games. A loss of losses. And I think a couple of draws. So not the best result. But it was just me trying to plow through so we can get through to the January transfer window and do some transfers. And I've got a couple to show you just before we end this episode. Yes, I've already gone ahead, got some signings, and I've got a couple more that I'm going to do as well. So I'm not done in the transfer market just yet either. But before I show you the signings, I'm going to show you what the next episode is looking like. We're going to probably split the transfer window in half. So I'm probably going to play up to the Liverpool game, 4 games, show you the signings as well. Starting the FA Cup journey as well. It's an away match against Preston. I reckon we should definitely be winning that game. I'm more excited for the transfers, and I'm really excited because, like I've already said, I've got 2 to show you. So yes, let me show you. Our first signing, if it's just about to quickly load, is Michael Antonio. I bought him for 9 million from West Ham. I thought it was a bit of a steal. 76 rated. He can play striker, left mid, right mid. Perfect. I need another forward player, and you know, he wasn't playing much for West Ham, so I thought, you know what, let's bring him in. And I thought that's a solid deal. The other player I've also decided to sign is Liam Moore from Reading. Reading are in the relegation zone in the Championship in real life and also in my career mode, and I thought, you know what, let's get him in. I did him, I bought him for 7,200,000, and I swapped him also for Martin Kelly. He wasn't being played, he was just sitting on my reserves doing nothing, so I thought, why not ship him over to Reading and let me bring in some youth in Liam Moore. He's 25 years old, 75 rated, but definitely will become handy because Sacco and Tompkins I think are 29, 28, so you know, guessing on, but I'm really happy with my 2 signings there. They're both actually 76, sorry, but I've got a couple more signings I'm going to make. And that, guys, is going to be the end of the episode now, so please do leave a like, I really do appreciate it, and also hit that subscribe button, also hit the bell icon so you don't miss a future Crystal Palace career mode episode and other videos I'm doing on my channel. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys. You know, come back for the next episode. We're going to do more transfers. We're going to get more games done. So until next time, guys, have a good one. See ya.